it's actually just randomly found this library, and I'm just gonna use this tab because I have a lot of tabs in the other one. So what this library does actually lets you create so basically zip and unzip zip files. So there is an example here. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you. So the library is pretty good. Like, I was impressed how well it works. So you see, that's the content of the zip file, and you can actually download it. You have this progress, and it actually downloads the content. So that is very interesting. Yeah, but there is only one problem with the library, that it doesn't seem to be, as you can see in here. Yeah, now if this is big enough, yeah, I guess we will just figure it out. The only problem with the library itself, it seems like it hasn't been really up to date in a couple of years. And also, there is a problem. It's not published on npm. So if we go to npm and we look for not zip but CPS, we can see there is no such library published there. So that is a bit unfortunate. So that means you cannot just do, I guess that is pretty obvious, but you cannot just do yarn add. I don't know if this is big enough or what. Okay, gypsy right? That's gonna fail. So I was just wondering, okay, maybe what I can do for this example, we can try to make it like to publish it in npm and actually, publish it in a, let's say, modern way, like you would expect to do with any other open source libraries. I don't know, we can take an example, some of the stuff I did before, for instance, this one. So here, you see, you can just do this classic ES6 kind of import. So I would actually like to achieve the same with zip. So I would like to do, I guess this would be the goal, right? Something like zip from zip, I don't know. I was actually looking into names in npm. That's something I normally look for. It's like a cool part when you're doing some open source. Find like a cool name. So obviously zip was taken, but I don't know. I was just like trying some names and zips up. I kind of liked it. So yeah, why not? So I guess we will just go with this name. What I did before, I forgot to actually show you this. I just went to my repo and I just created an empty repository on my GitHub account. GitHub, I guess, is the de facto for open source, so everyone is using it. We will just publish the code in GitHub. It's just easier for people to look at it and contribute, find it. So right now it's just an empty repository. What I did before, what I can actually show you, I just did yarn init. That will generate you a couple of files, the packets, and I actually added this library, TS React Toolbox, which is a library we don't really need to go into this library today, but we can probably go in a different video. But what this library gives you is like all the like packages and utilities. Like, it comes with Typescript, React, even though like we're not really gonna use React, but it's just, I guess, easy for the example if we're gonna have like example running. So it also has like the linting, so it has like a lot of commands for you, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and TS React toolbox, gonna do init. So that's just gonna create some bootstrap for the project. So I can maybe show you what this gave me. This gave me the nvmrc, some Travis, some default tests. Yeah, the library also comes with Jest, so that's kind of nice. Some example. So in this example, we will actually use, we will require our code and actually use it. And it would be some sort of, it's not really like a React storybook, but I guess you can think about it like the same, but way simpler, because I found like React storybook was a bit too much for the tooling I normally do, so I just created my own one. Yeah, so this came with some like, nice stuff. Yeah, so now that we have, I'm gonna go here, not that, this. Okay, so we're gonna have a look. This is like the default component, so I'm just gonna remove it because we're not gonna really use React. So what I like to do is to keep the index TS as it is, and later create whatever component. So in this case, this is gonna do TS because we don't really need React, so we don't really need TSX. I hope this is big enough for you to see it, folks. Yeah, I'm just actually checking this a bit awkward, but I guess yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Yeah, so the interesting thing on this C project, it's like, it seems to be built in an old fashion, so they are not using any module system like, CommonJS or ES6 or even AMD. It's just like a bunch of JavaScript files, so you are meant to add them as script tags. So I was just looking into the demo. This is a different repository. I'm just gonna remove this. This is like the demo. I have this running locally now, I think. Yes. So this demo, no, not this one. Sorry. Actually, what is it? Do I have it running? Let me have a look. It's gonna run it again. Yeah, so now this is running locally. This is the project zip.js as it is. I'm just gonna go to the reading example. Yeah. So this page, demo 2, is actually this page, right? So we're just having a look, and this seems to be what they are actually importing at the moment, right? So you can see the two zip. I'm not actually pretty sure what this X is, but it seems to be required in order to use the zip library. And this is the demo, right? This is just the usage itself, right? So I guess what we can try is, yeah, we can try maybe to replicate, because what this demo 2 is using, I will spec for them to be using some sort of, yeah. So this is what zip is actually exporting, right? It's just, so if I go here, I make this a bit bigger. Yeah, so this is just exporting a global variable, right, into the window, which is not really nice. So I guess we can try to stop doing that and rather just exporting the module itself. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I think I can just try to copy what the demo is using. So I think there are only 3 scripts. So from what I can see, this and this is the only required JavaScript. So I can potentially just go and copy it. So if I go here, it's gonna create another demo. Code zip, yes. Yeah, currently I have like another folder for the demo. So I'm just gonna go to the demo. It's gonna open it. It's a bit lame, but so I'm just gonna copy those two files. Later, I think we can go to the zip app. Maybe we can create like a new folder, like zip lib, maybe. Why not? We can paste them. So this, I think this is interesting because this zip app project we're going to do is actually Typescript. So if I go and rename those two files into TS, it's just going to explode because you're gonna have a lot of complaints. So what I'm tempting to do, just for the sake of get this working now, I'm gonna try to keep it as JavaScript file, and I'm gonna try to import it from my Typescript file, if that makes sense. So let's say, I don't know, let's just create like a class, zip, whatever. Export, actually, it's gonna export this. Yeah, I don't even need this now. Let's just try to import it and see, we just go from there. Let's just call it zip from sleep. What did I copy? Fs. Okay, I think I copied the wrong file. Sorry about that. Zip. I think that's what we need. Boom. So yeah, so we can see here that we have the first problem. Zip.js is not a module. So basically, Typescript doesn't know how to import that because it's not a Typescript file, right? So let me just try to do this to see if this actually does something. So yes, I'm gonna go and yes, we have this yarn dev command, which is just going to start the dev server of the actual lib library. We're gonna see if this explodes. Okay, it's not exploding, but I think it's just because I'm actually not requiring it. So if I just go here and export, I don't know, from zip, can just go. This is doing nothing at this point, but I just want to see what happens. Okay, so yeah, so now, we have this error. It has implicit any. Yep, so that makes sense. I think there was like some config option in Typescript. No, it was something like allow JavaScript. True. Let's try this, yes, and see what happens. Okay, so it seems like it's still complaining. Right. Okay. And we don't actually have zip here. Right. So how was this thing? Strategy. Okay, I've seen this in the past, the wildcard thing. Yeah, let's just try it. I think this is still complaining. So if I go here, yeah, I put a log just to see if this is even imported. Probably not. Let's just see. No, right. Okay. Right. Yeah, so this is what I tried. Allow JavaScript. Let me try something because it could be that the toolbox is not using so it's not using the root test config, and it's rather using this. So let me just hack this a little bit and see what happens. Let me see if it's actually telling me which TS config from. Right, so it's using my TS config, but it keeps saying it's not a module. Right, okay. Right. It's interesting. Wondering, I've seen this equals require, so this was actually doing this. I don't even know if this is gonna work. So custom levels. Yeah, I'm actually logging everything. Is it really not complaining because of that? No, right? So I can just do this. So it's compiling successfully now. Okay, so at least it's going into the zip itself. Yeah, let me just remove that. Okay. So it seems like that worked. Yeah, this require hack. Yeah, it's pretty hacky. But I guess we can. Yeah, but as you can see, this actually has no types. You can see by the any, which is quite unfortunate. Ideally, we can create some TS file just for and have some type definitions for this. But at this point, yeah, actually, like, because I think I will actually import dynamically. Excuse my English if I have any typos. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I think this file is rather large. Yes, kind of big. So I might like to even import it asynchronously, but I guess we won't worry about that for now. Yeah, so if we go back to the actual example, we see how they are using it. I believe they had a change, yeah. So I think we're gonna need to have an input, and we're gonna need to pass that into the zip. So we can just go ahead and do that. Just gonna remove this. That's the default stuff. Input type. What was the input? File input. Okay, so it's actually here. Type file. Okay, on change, change. I'm just using like a normal class here rather than hooks. I don't know, I guess we can do that in another episode if you folks want. I'm gonna call this event. I'm gonna log the event. So it seems like it's accessing the files on the event change and getting the files. Input files. Right, so it's just getting one file. Okay. It's gonna call this first file. Yeah. So we're gonna need to add some types to this event. It's currently any, so that's not cool. Types, but yeah, just for now. I guess we can do this and actually. Was this the file I was trying with? Yes. Okay, so this is actually, yeah, you see. Okay, let's try change event. Okay, change event. It's the mail input element. Probably this is target. Yeah, so this looks better. I normally like to just do this as like this rather than keep the React prefix. It doesn't really matter, but just like my preference. Okay, so we just this. Yeah, so we're getting the file. So I guess the next step will be to read the file, so we can do something like, I don't know, I think it's just from simplicity we can do an instance of the class right here. You would normally do it in the componented mount or something, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So we can do something maybe like read, so we can pass the file. This method doesn't exist yet. We can say maybe like contents. We're gonna, because this is gonna be like a synchronous operation, we're just gonna wait for it. So I can just go here and do like read. So it's gonna go file, so this file, and I can just keep this async. So I guess this is not gonna complain anymore. Yeah. So it's doing nothing at this point because I actually don't know how to use the zip library yet. But I guess we can have a look. I'm just checking. Okay, actually still a meeting. Sorry if I keep checking that. I'm really like, this is my first streaming, so I have no idea honestly how all this works. Anyways, so let's just have a look on how they were doing it. So zip, create reader, get entries. So this get entries is being used here. So this model, okay. So it seems like we need something like this. I'm still seriously just figuring out how this works. Can escape this. Yeah, we didn't really have any type at all. This preset, we'll add them at some point. On error. Yeah, I think like on error is like a global. Yeah, that lives by default in the, I had this. So this on error that you can see here anywhere is actually defined on the global scope of the document. So we really don't want this. Let's just do this on error. Actually, let's have a look. So this is going to return a promise. Return a promise. which I actually don't know what, oops, not that, what the shape is going to look like, but I guess here we can maybe just reject, just to see. On end, okay, so this gives me a zip reader, and zip reader has the get entries, and this is on end. Okay, so this get entries, okay, so this is just for simplicity, let's keep it here on end. This, yeah, that's the bad thing of not having types. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just guessing. So this on end is giving me some entries. So let me just log the entries. Let's see if we even go this far. All right. Okay. So let's just get some, yeah, typing issues there. Let's just ignore them for now. Okay, so we get the first exception, zip blob reader is not a function. Okay, let's just have a look what. Okay, so what is the zip looking like? I think I'm just misusing it. So this might be this. So I think this actually should have access to the blob reader. Right. Okay. Yeah, so this is another thing that I apparently need to do, which is to have this other file, because I think the library is using a worker. I think this can be problematic later on if we want to ship this to npm. But let's just, for now, just copy it here. Try to keep going. So it's actually within the example. Right, okay, this is actually a bit unfortunate. I might need to paste it in the sample. Let's just try. Right, so we got that. So I think now it should be able to find it. Okay, file it, import script, worker workspace. File it to execute, import script, right. So this import script is even in, I guess I can just close this. Oops. Import the scripts. To import scripts. File execute. Okay. Okay. I think I might actually miss. I'm missing some other files. Really? Inflate, deflate. Okay, let's just actually copy everything. MIME types. And I think that should do it. Yeah. This I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna solve this worker for npm yet, but let's have a look. Okay, so I'm getting some entries, which that is actually correct, because if we look into, I think it's downloads, these, yeah, there are 2 entries, so it's just a couple of videos of some tricks. Cool. Let's go. Right, so those entries, what are those entries? They have some worker. Okay, let's just see what they do with the entries. So for each entry, they are downloading it. Okay. Entry file name. Okay, so I'm actually getting the file name and everything. File name. Yeah. So I'm getting some interesting stuff here. Comment length, compress. Most of these I don't really know what it is. I think something that would be interesting to get is the file type or MIME type. That would be really handy because now I know that it's a video, so I can just hard code it, but I guess you can have anything in the zip as a zip content. So okay, but just for now, let's just do what they are doing. So okay, let's keep looking. So they get the entry and they go to the download, and the download is actually yeah, get file entry. Okay, entry, get data. Right. Okay. Let's just try to do something like this. I really don't know what I'm doing, but let's keep going. Entries for it. No, not that one. So writer, we need a writer. What is the writer? Oh, okay. Creation method. Creation method.